Welcome back. We're going to continue on this picture on the canvas with Sharpie, but this time we're going to start using some colors. So I want to choose pretty bold colors. I'm going to use some of the Sharpie actually as a color later on in the negative space, but in these little inner areas I'm going to use bright colors so they really pop. So I'm going to take this red, I'm going to set it in here. Think about just sort of tracing that like that, and then jump around somewhere else, not too close to the original red, and use your the pointy side, not the chisel point. And then again, sort of jump farther away from that one. And overall, I'm going to pick, I think, 3 different colors. So I have to share these shapes with other colors, so don't use all of them up on just one single color quite yet. Let me put this away for now. And maybe I'll do this one. And I'm going to choose a new color. I nearly got out of the line there with the red, so careful with that. Let's try this blue here. And I'm going to do something else now. If you have a it's not a Sharpie, one of these markers that's been pushed in a little bit, I do a thing with a pair of pliers. I can kind of sort of gently grab this and pull that felt out of there. So let me add some here. It looks like somebody's been mixing colors with this one. There's a bit of green in there. So I'm going to put one here. Maybe over here. And I'm leaving the center of it white each time. And then maybe this one here. And then I'm going to get a new color. So I've got the blue, a red. Let me try green. I wish our sets had a little bit brighter yellows, but they really don't. They're kind of a darker yellow. So this green here. And all the remaining areas. Uh-oh. Looks like I picked up some Sharpie color there. The Sharpie will dissolve with these markers. And we will be using that ability to do that to paint with, actually. So what's next? We're going to find in our sets the 0. And before I start coloring with it, I just want to make sure there's not a lot of different colors on the tips of this. If there is, we'll take some paper and see if we can wipe some of that off. I'm going to attempt to blend the red in towards the center by putting this over the red and dissolving it a little bit and sort of painting with it. So the idea is that the center will become a light pink, and then the edge will be the darker color that we put on from before. If you kept just blending this, it will just keep erasing the old color, or at least spreading it around. So I'm just going to go around and around and around like that, and fill in these red ones. Now I've got plenty of red on my tip here. I need to get rid of that, so I'm going to take a piece of paper, see if I can remove some of that red ink. See, and it kind of cleans up pretty quick. And now I need to go to the turquoise one. So same thing, just kind of start blending that. You'll notice the red smeared a lot easier because it's a darker color than this lighter blue. So just, you might need to scrub this a little bit more. Or add more of the ink. You could do that too. And the canvas, because it's got a kind of a waterproof primer on it. This, see what happened? I was talking and I got some red in there. If you have that mistake, again, sort of use a piece of paper scrap, wipe off that red, and see if you can kind of clean it up a little bit. You really got to focus on what you're doing. Don't talk so much and make mistakes. What I was saying was, the canvas, because it's meant for paint, like an acrylic paint or oil paint, it's got this waterproof white paint coating. And because of that, the ink is not absorbed like it would be into paper. So we're able to kind of mix these colors a lot. And it just sits on the surface of it to some degree. I mean, there's a little bit of absorption and staining that happens. But it's pretty fun to be able to go in there and move these colors around a little bit. And I'm going to do the green one, so I'm going to remove the blue. And then try the green, see how that spreads. And this one's probably spreading even less than that blue did. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and put this away for now. Get a little bit more of that green color. And lay it on a little bit thicker. And maybe immediately go try to get this mixed in there so it has a chance to dissolve a little bit better. It's a little bit better there. So I'm kind of going into the dark areas, borrowing some of that and blending into the light. Let me see about this. I've got some of that old one in there still, so this might help me out. So this just has clear alcohol in it, so it's almost like if this was a watercolor painting, this would be the water, but it's not. It's a different chemical than water. And now I'm left with the background. I could leave it white, but I'm going to do a little experiment and see what these Sharpie lines will do. They will also dissolve with this, but before I do that, I want to clean the green off my pen here. Just wipe it off. You can see the tip of it kind of getting lighter, and the paper will not be as green. It might have a little staining, but it's not that bad. Let me see about this. I'm going to put this on the Sharpie, and it'll make a kind of a purple gray, as you can see there. And I'm just going to go around the edge of it. It sort of makes a shadow line. It's pretty neat, but just be careful not to get onto the colorful parts. And as you have more, you can kind of be a little bit darker in those corners where you've got that accumulation of Sharpie. I'm just going to go around this whole perimeter. Uh-oh, I got some red in there. So real quick, wipe it and see if you can kind of soak it up. Not that it's the worst thing to have some other colors back there, but if you didn't want it, you got to tend to it real quick before it maybe sets up. And be real cautious where the pen point is touching. You might not be aware of its like bottom half or something. And then I'm gonna work on this side here. Although it would be kind of neat to have sort of a light side and a dark side to this, but I'm just gonna do the whole thing with this shading. Now, paintbrushes would work too if you had a little cup of alcohol. The classrooms have this sanitizing spray. It's just clear. It says 80% alcohol. And with the paintbrush, you can actually do the same thing. It's just a little bit more messy because it could create a puddle. And we'll open our windows up so the stinkiness is not that bad. It's a nice day today. This is a little subtle. If you just go real quick, just a little bit of a shadow line, and that's our painting. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.